Welcome back, guys. It's the Brothers Geek podcast, episode 145. Hope you guys have had a productive week. It's been a busy one for both me and Gilman. I'm going to start this off. We're going a bit of a tribute to our uncle who passed away. So in the line Roger, we do prayers for him.
Sure.
Yeah, I suppose I know it's a weird one to start the podcast with, but he was Mum's elder brother. He was one of our uncles, closest. So it's always good to. I know we give shout outs to other people, but to me, he was like famous guy as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. That was just Ash, special guest, but he doesn't want to show his face.
Right, man.
He feels shy. But no, for real, yeah, it's been a tough week. Even though we all as a family got COVID, but we all went through it, and
Yeah.
it didn't hit as hard because we went through it easy. But because of our uncle that got it and the family there that got it, it's been hitting a little bit hard. It's finally, not that I never took it serious before. I do still think, I still have certain thoughts about it, but I do still think it's a serious thing. And Uncle passed away, and it's hit home. It's hit home a little bit. I was blessed. I was blessed that I was able to see him. Like in a way, like my flight being cancelled and all that sort of shit has given me certain other blessings, and I was able to go see him in the hospital. It was hard to see him that way. He was almost like a lifeless body, just trying to breathe. But I'm glad I saw him and I was able to say goodbye. Yeah, now may he rest in peace. May Allah forgive him for his sins. May Allah bless him in paradise. Mad respect. Hey, 90 years old. That's a
man.
awesome life, and he's left so much amazing things behind. His kids, his grandkids, absolutely amazing. He almost had a great granddaughter or son that was on the way, but end of the day, he lived an amazing 90 years. Can't even complain about that. So
he did a lot,
rest in
man.
peace,
Back
Uncle.
home,
Yeah.
he did his part. Listen, it's hard. He's like one of the first generations, isn't it? He's one of the first generations. So yeah, no. May Allah bless him. A peaceful, easy journey to the gates, man. He'll be missed, and it's a massive family as well. You're not talking about a small family. You're talking the bloodline is massive. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. We could
not
do
on the
is
downer.
support.
I see it as a positive. No, I didn't want him to struggle towards the end, and if he went through peacefully, that's the main thing. He's going to be missed. We'll all miss him, and I know I didn't get to see him while he was here, but I did get to see him yesterday at the burial. So alhamdulillah. Bless him. Yeah, so our week was quite busy with going back and forth and making sure mum was all right, making sure the relatives were all right, of course, our cousin brothers as well. So Hamza, one of our avid listeners, shout outs to you.
Shout out Hamza.
Yeah. You always listen to your mamas. So that's always good. So shout outs to you. You're one of our avid listeners. So next time I see you, I've got something for you, and that's a promise. I was hoping to come over today, but with all what's going on at the moment, I'm not going to make it. So it'll be during the week sometime. So
it is snowing in
and
London,
yes,
by the way, today.
bro, finally snow. Alara got to see her first. Yeah, it was Alara's first time seeing snow, bro.
Oh, awesome, amazing!
Yeah.
I was just saying my first time in 6 years, and I my first time seeing Idris react to it. I mean, the guy's freaking out. I'm like, yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. I love it
I'm gonna send you
myself.
some videos later. We went out there and we took some photos and stuff.
Nice.
And
Well,
just
hopefully,
jumping around.
I mean, selfishly, hopefully it settles because I know for some people that's not good, and plus we do need to get mum back, so it's not safe to drive in the snow. However, hopefully it does, so they get a chance to play, and I could go play with them. I haven't played in snow in 6 years. Well, yeah, I haven't been out in snow in 6 years. It is beautiful. I was saying that. Listen, I don't like rain. Fuck rain. Excuse my language. Fuck the rain, right? But cold is fine as long as it doesn't rain. But when it's cold with snow, that gives character. It actually gives a bit of joy to the cold. Do you know what I mean? When you're walking around in the cold and it's raining, miserable. I hate it. When you're walking around in the cold, you're just a bit like, oh, this is basic, but let me just dress up warm. But when you're walking around in the cold and it's snowing, there's a nice feeling to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's still cold. It's still a little bit basic and whatnot. You block nose and shit, but it's got character to it. So that's my perspective on
Cozy, isn't
Snow.
it?
Yeah.
It's weird. Snow makes things a bit cozy, so
You do want
like
to
it's
just
fun.
cuddle up with a hot chocolate and just watch movies all day. It does give that sort of vibe.
It does. I'm gonna send some photos in the group later. Her face, man, priceless. Like when somebody experiences that for the first time, just proper
Well,
jumping up and down. She had this grin, bro. It's hilarious. I'm trying to
amazing.
think of
Well,
that.
another blessing for my flight to be cancelled. Can you hear Idris crying? Can you hear that? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear that, bro.
This mic, bro. This mic is like some supersonic, superhuman, Superman hearing, bro. I can't believe it. What was I saying? Yeah, another blessing for me to see the snow, and see Idris and Alava's reactions to it. So beautiful, man. Beautiful.
No, it's good. It is good. It is good. Oh man, I am feeling a bit basic since yesterday, man.
What's been going on?
Um,
Well, the fights happened yesterday night. I did want to
go
talk
for it, man.
about just little perspective on it. Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. Man, I just want because I woke up today trying not to spoil it, right? And I was like, I'll catch it later. And then already it was spoiled because it's Conor McGregor, right? I checked, bro. I avoided social media because I forgot. But then before I went on Instagram, I was like, oh shit, the fights don't go on. So I avoided social media, and I was like, on WhatsApp, let me just check the groups who don't talk about fights. First thing Habib mentioned, Habib, Gilman, what happened to Conor, man? I was like, son of a bitch, man, just spoke the shit. That is already a comment. So Conor McGregor lost and whatnot. It's fine, whatever. This is what I wanted to express, man, because this is what I'm kind of hating on a little, or what I don't like at the moment. You know us through our podcast, right? We
Hmm.
hate haters. I
Yeah,
hate haters. I don't
yeah.
like people who like to hate. Now, there are things that are shit, cool. We can admit they're not great, right? With Conor McGregor, for example, bro, everyone like, and I'm being real, man. Like Muslim brothers and whatnot, hating on him. Now, listen, when he fought Khabib, yes, he spoke a lot of shit. He done that for his whole career in the UFC. He spoke a lot of shit. When he got to Khabib, he spoke loads of shit, disrespected him, his family, his father, and yes, he'd said some stuff about the religion and stuff, right? Just calling him a backwards cunt and all this sort. Excuse my language, but all this sort of stuff. What I don't like is, especially with the casual fans, is like, okay, he's changed in the last 2 years,
Mm.
right? He's changed his attitude, all that sort of stuff. He's done a lot of charity work. For this fight specifically, he told his opponent has a charity fund called the Good Fight Fund, that foundation, where he helps children and helps people, right?
Yeah.
So Connor said, listen, I'm gonna give you 500K for that. Let's do this fight. And he's been very respectful. So how could you just hate on him so much that you don't, but you can't praise on some of the good things that he's done, and you can't even praise him on his martial art combat skill ability. That's what I hate about the casuals, because everyone's just like hating on him. I'm not gonna name names, but someone posted, and he's famous as well. Well, when I say famous, he's got a big following and whatnot. He posted something the other day saying, don't forget what Connor said about Khabib and the religion, about being a backwards cunt, saying if you're a Muslim and you support him, then you're smelly. Right? He's trying to be funny about it because the guy's a
Mm.
comedian. I'm like, you know what? I'm a Muslim, so you just said that to me. I've supported Connor because he has an amazing martial art ability. Now you're telling me that I shouldn't support him because of what he said back then, but I can't respect him for his martial art ability. I don't respect him for what he said. Of course
Mm.
not. Right? One, he said that to build the fight, and he even told Khabib while he was getting battered by Khabib, it's just business, right? So there's that perspective. But
Yeah.
anyway, I don't praise him for that, and I don't respect him for that. But as a martial artist, as a combat skilled fighter, he's absolutely amazing. So I was like, that's some bullshit. I'm gonna support him because I like his martial art ability. And then now he lost the fight, everyone, and again, all the casual fans, especially the Muslim casual fans that I'm following on Instagram, that they don't know nothing about MMA. All they know is Khabib and Conor, right?
Yeah.
They all taking the piss and laughing, and I'm like, you guys don't even respect the fact that. Sorry, I'm hating on the haters right now. It's like you don't
No,
even
no,
respect the
let that
fact
hit
that.
out, bro. Let it
Well,
out, let it
seriously, it's like you haven't even acknowledged the fact that he just donated like a whole bunch of money that's gonna help towards that charity and help a bunch of kids, right? You haven't even respected the fact that he is a skillful martial artist, and the way he trains as a martial artist is really like amazing. And you
out.
just want to hate on him because he's easy to hate on because of his attitude. I'm just like, listen, man, I don't like the character that he was, but the character that he is now, the humble side that he's showing and whatnot, and the charity work he's doing and the skill set, don't tell me I can't respect him for that. I'll respect anyone who has an amazing, you know what I mean? If something's shit, at least find the good in something. And he has that goodness. I'm like, don't hate on it. So anyway, all the haters, I woke up this morning after I saw the fight, then I went through my social media, then I started seeing all the hate, and I'm like, you guys are basic, man. You don't even respect the fact that what
But then
he has done.
you've got to understand the fact with, remember, like now you're talking about sports which has an element of, what's the word? Dramatization. So you got to have that, you know. And with Conor, it's there.
Yeah,
It was part of his showmanship. It was a part of what he does. But people don't understand the craft. People don't understand martial arts. Unless you do it, you won't know what it means to a person when they get in the ring face to face with somebody, knowing that I could either lose or I know what I'm gonna do. And nobody has that type of reflex or reaction. So the haters are just going off what they see, and that's like,
yeah,
bro, movies, TV shows,
true.
pop culture. People are gonna always, you're gonna get that, the haters, you know, the ones that don't appreciate the art. If you
Yeah,
appreciate the art of film, cinematography, illustration, martial arts, these are all types of disciplined media, because you got to put time into it. Could you imagine the amount of time and training somebody like, who can I say? Who can I say? Christopher Nolan, bro. So I'm gonna put martial arts with discipline of a director. He has a vision in his head. He's been working on it 3, 4 years. He's been trained. So a fighter would train, you know, a year to a year and a half before he gets a fight. So they have similar elements of discipline. This is how I want to train. This is how I want to write the script. This is how I want it to look on the big screen. This is how I want to work on my techniques and stuff like that. People don't understand the techniques. That's
mm.
the main thing. So the reason why
And
it's easy to hate, it's the quickest, easiest reaction, isn't it? To hate something straight away. It's not
yeah,
not the
and
positive. Let me step back a little bit, understand that fight. Let me see what's going on. Then you go back into with your decision. But the first thing is, because of social media platforms. The first thing is, bro, if you go through it, as much as positivity you try and see, is negative stuff you see on there first, and
always.
that's what
And
it's become. So people, the haters, are just. It's sad to say, bro. They're programmed to that.
yeah, and like you said, and that's a good. What you helped me put a perspective to it as well. So you helped me kind of understand it. But yes, he put on a charactership. He did,
Yeah.
and you know, he did put on that character that so he could be hated by some people but loved by loads. Yes, I get that. And as a martial artist, yes, he didn't have that aspect of when I say respect, he didn't have that aspect of respect, right? That's a part of martial arts. However, if you followed Connor, if you have really followed him, every time he wins, he shows respect to his opponent. Every time he loses, he shows respect to his opponent,
Mm.
right? And then when he talks about martial arts and his training, he shows so much respect to the discipline of martial arts. When you know people ask him about Bruce Lee and Muhammad Ali, the amount of respect he shows is humble respect. So that's what I'm saying. Yes, all that shit he talked, he did say some bad things. I don't like him for that. But when you just take the good things, if you have really followed him, then you'll be like, okay, cool. He has said great things about martial art. Like he represents it well in the sense of a skill set and the respect for martial arts and whatnot.
Yeah.
But not okay. Yes, as a human being, he's done some fucked up shit. But I'm not defending him for that, and I don't like him for that. Honestly, when he did cuss, when Khabib was fighting him, of course I was team Khabib all the way, bro.
Mm.
Right? Because of those elements. But then I'm still respectful towards Connor's skill set and whatnot. And like I said, he's growing. He's done some stupid shit as a person outside the cage as well. But he's grown a lot. And when you see the last 2 years and the way he's handled himself and the way he carries himself, you're like, this is a changed man right here. And you got to respect that. You got to respect some good. And as you said, with movies and whatnot, there's so much time and effort and everything that's put behind it. Yes, a movie can be shit. It is what it is. But at least you can appreciate something from it. You know what I mean? Be it
Mm.
a superhero movie that we always talk about or whatever it is, at least, you know, come out of it. Some of those 80s movies we see, right, are full of cheese when you watch them now, but we appreciate so much of what went behind it, the standardness of it, the basicness of it that became pop culture. I mean, like, you know, I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Like, I don't know. Predator comes to mind, right? You know, come on, it's a standard kind of film, but how classic is that film? How classic is that scene? You son of a bitch! Like, that's just a classic memories for life. But there's nothing epic about that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's just if we let someone now in this new generation watch that film, they'll be like, "What the hell is this?" But you're not seeing the beauty behind what
That's
that
what it
has
is,
turned
bro.
into.
It's, you got to see the beauty behind it because it's. You know what? I still think it holds down as a good movie, though. I know a lot of people maybe
I'm not
find
saying it's
it.
shit. I didn't say it's shit. Don't get that twisted. I'm just saying that if you use that as an example and just compare that to a movie now and let a new generation person watch it, they're gonna be like, well, you know, what's so good about this? Like, you know what I mean? You know, but yeah, no, sorry to cut you. Carry on.
No. It's like people need to see the craftsmanship that goes behind any type of art that's shown. And martial arts is an art as well. Uh, the amount of time and effort it goes into, it doesn't come easy. It's like drawing. It's not easy. You got to train yourself to understand lines, curves, shapes, and colors, and there's so much to it. It's not like that. And the same thing with martial arts is you're talking about all your senses. You're talking about breathing. You're talking about your vision. You're talking about strength. You're talking about what your weaknesses are. You're defeating a whole load of fighting is a whole different level, bro. I'm telling
That's
you,
it.
whole
But
different.
listen, you can hate on him or you can not like him. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you have to. That's fine. That's totally fine. But first of all, if you're a casual fan, then without knowing him fully or knowing the game fully, it doesn't make sense that you're hating. You're just being a casual hater and whatnot. Um, and I'm not saying I'm a skillful martial artist. I'm a champ. I'm not none of that shit. But if you do martial arts and whatnot, then you can respect some abilities. Good. And like I said, you can hate someone or not like a person, but when you see good attributes
Mm.
in a person, you should definitely highlight that as well. You should definitely respect him for that as well. Um, you know, so that's my only thing. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to get that off my chest, right? Because I've seen a lot of casuals, and especially the Muslim casuals, because of that Khabib thing, when you say as a Muslim you can't support Connor, I that you're talking to me now, and I think that's unfair. Like, don't tell me who I can and not respect. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And again, I'm not respecting him for cussing the religion and disrespecting people. I don't respect that. So I'm respecting some of the good he has done, the charity work, and his skill set as a martial artist. Um, anyway, that was my thoughts on that. What else, bro? What is going on in the geeky culture? I know we're going to talk about WandaVision.
I think let's leave one division to the end.
All
Uh,
right.
what else was happening? Hold on, give me a second. Let me find out. Uh, let me just find out what's been happening recently. I know, talking about Christopher Nolan. I know there's some like issues with him and Warner Brothers at the moment. He's not too happy about everything getting released on like HBO
HBO,
and
man.
stuff like that. So he's a bit pissed about that. But
I think you got to respect the director, like, and their vision as well, because sometimes he likes to create movies for the big screen,
mm,
right? If he wanted to create a Netflix, a streaming service movie, then he would have a specific movie for that, maybe. Like, you know what I mean? I
exactly.
think there's an element to that as well, right? I think movies still on the big screen have a different element to when they are on Netflix. Does that make
Mhm.
sense? Like, you can
No, of course.
sense, you can see something different. So I think without consulting with the director, say, look, this one's going to be a HBO Max movie,
Mm,
then let him decide whether he's going to make the movie with you or not. But if he says, no, I want my movie to be on the big screen, then I don't know. I feel what he's saying, because if Tenet, for example, just wasn't a came out on HBO Max, it feels like a cinema movie. That
mm.
movie that feels like it should be on cinema. Could you imagine Endgame just being straight to directly to Disney Plus? You're gonna be like, hold on. It takes something away from it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that the movies could be crap, but it does take something away. There's an element of, oh, I'm going to the movies because this is a big one. This is going to be a great movie. It's going to be something great. Whereas on Netflix, you sit back and I don't know. There's something about it, right? You don't concentrate as much, maybe, or there's not the element of this is a big screen movie. It's just like a Netflix movie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, of course.
Which are still great. There's tons of great Netflix movies. I'm just saying there's something different. So I think I agree with him in a sense that, you know, communicate, make a decision what's going to be on HBO, what's going to be on cinema, and then let the director and the producers, whatever, work together on what content they want to release on each platform.
No, of course, of course, of course. So let us continue from last week was pretty busy week, I think. So guys, make sure you check us out on Spotify and podcasts and SoundCloud. We have all of our episodes up on there from number 140, I think. And we recently started a side show called Passion, and we spoke to the Geek still last week. And we're going to release one each month. We spoke to Dax recently, and we've spoken to Taz, so they're going to come out every month. So that's happening at the moment. Shout outs to Muhammad Ali. It was his birthday last week as well. Enough respect to him. Then it was Mum's birthday, so happy birthday to her. I know it was quite tough with the week we had. There was a lot happening. Shout outs to Martin Luther King as well. And on Geeky News, bro, the only thing I've got on here at the moment now is that Batman animated series reportedly to have a sequel series on HBO Max. Now, I'm looking forward to that because I think the Batman animated series put a different element on animation, full stop.
Yeah,
I think it really changed the game when it came to, oh, wow, here's a classic looking cartoon. Let's make it look badass. And it was dark, man. Some of the stories they had on there were brilliant.
Yeah, no, I agree. I know Kevin Smith and Mark Bernard were talking about it. Kevin Smith, I think he said he knew about it for a while and whatnot. Yeah, no, I mean, listen, I think with the streaming service as well, you can bring back so many other things as well. I think that, you know, because you got to think of content that they could put onto the HBO Max and whatnot. So it's an easy way to kind of bring back old school shows and whatnot. But I remember when we were kids and it first came on, we're talking about the ones that had a dark sort of feel. Like we knew straight away that this looks different. It's not bright. It's very just like, I just remember one scene where it's just like the shadow and you just see the eyes of Batman and whatnot. Yeah, it had a different thing. I can't say that I followed it fully. I can't remember. Like I can
I think
remember
you need to
scenes.
watch it again, bro, because
I
it's
need to
quite
watch it
deep. Because
again.
some of them, they've used some of that mythos in the comic books and they've moved them into the movies. I mean, Harlequin was a character that was brought into that world as Joker's girlfriend. You know, so from the animated series, she made it into the comic books and the movies, bro. So that's big. And they only created her as a side character so that people kind of just say, oh, you know, we got more of a female presence on the show as well. You know what I mean? And you look at Batman's rogue gallery, bro, man. He's got like some vicious villains in there: Poison Ivy, you know, Catwoman. Who else is there? Well, Harlequin now. So he's got a good rogues gallery, man. I love that. So I'm interested to see now. I was a big fan of Batman Beyond as well. So I heard they probably want to get Michael Keaton involved into that as well. So that would be quite interesting to see what they do with that. So the trailer for Godzilla and what was it called, bro?
Godzilla versus Kong?
Yes, Godzilla versus Kong. So it's not out as of yet. A teaser came out earlier this week. But I'm looking forward to seeing that. You know, I've enjoyed the movies as they've come along.
Should we try and do a live stream later if it comes out and we're good for time?
Live stream and we'll talk about it. Yeah, definitely. With that, guys, make sure you're following Gilman on Instagram, Gilman187, and follow me, Kibla Ahmed Art, on Instagram as well, guys. But now I'm moving away from that platform a little bit, and I'll be concentrating more on TikTok. So if you guys don't know about social media, TikTok has been quite big. I mean, last year it grew massively due to the pandemic, and it's really more of a video watching platform. It's like YouTube on a different level, but short clips, and you can find some really good clips. There's some comedy on there. There's some people dancing and the rest of it. So, but I'm using it with art and geeky stuff. So I'll always let you know when there's a new podcast or something like that coming out. Trailer reactions and stuff like that, we may have to be careful on because YouTube are just rinsing people now at the moment now, which is difficult. You know, I think I get an email daily saying, copyrighted material, copyrighted material, copyrighted material. This money will go to this person. This money will go to that person. So I'm like, it's not worth me doing content like that. I need to find a way around it where we can do probably a reaction where we talk about it and we can take still images from it and talk about those specific things in the trailer. But we can't do like massive trailer reactions. I'll do reactions when I come out of movies once the cinema open. That's no doubt about that. And then we'll do full reviews on there as well. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
heard about it. Yeah,
on that side of the geeky side, bro, I don't think there was much. There was that Bernie Sanders thing that I still don't understand.
I think I get it now. Because that meme was going around everywhere, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" Because obviously he ran to be a presidential candidate, right? And obviously that didn't happen. Or what? I mean, this is my theory on it. And then when they were doing the agglomeration or whatever the hell it's called,
The
the
Ogogo
new
Nation, yeah.
yeah, the agglomeration, whatever it is, bro. I don't know shit about politics. He was just sitting there in the background with his mask and gloves on, like he couldn't be bothered to be there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck am I here for? I lost, and what the fuck am I seeing this happening? And I
That's a
think
guy.
everyone just took that and just made like the amount of memes that came out that was
I
ridiculous.
know.
But
I just seen the Back to the Future one today where he's sitting in the DeLorean and Marty's like, "Don't go to 2020" or some shit like that. So, oh man, I kind of understand it now myself. Guys, on geeky side of stuff when it comes to usually I do unboxes and products, but this week has been so busy and with the funeral and everything, it's been I've kind of stayed away off social media and I haven't posted much, but I've got some unboxing for you guys. So first one's this. So from Dot Collections, I'm gonna have that up this week. This is like
awesome.
a tin full of props and stuff from the movie, like replicas and stuff like that, which I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys. And then I've got the Iron Studios Avengers Endgames models. Shout out to Zabi. They are awesome, guys. They're available to buy out. I'm going to do the unboxing. It will be on the channel later on this week. But those little models are cool. And then shout outs to Forbidden Planet as well. They got a really good sale on, so you guys check out their website. They've got loads of good books and models and stuff like that. Good prices that you guys could catch. But yeah, man, I think let's jump to it, bro. Let's talk about WandaVision because WandaVision
WandaVision.
was, yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it. I think it was Friday night, and usually I should watch it on the big screen. But I was feeling like I had a migraine the whole day. Work was really busy. And towards the end of the week, like with everything happening in the back and forth, lack of sleep as well, I was losing on Friday. So I laid in bed and watched it on my phone with my headphones, which I still got immersed into it because I didn't fall asleep after. I fell asleep after, but I was like, damn, that that was the one. And as you said when we saw each other the other day, they should have released all three.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, look, man, Fridays are exciting now, man. It's like a new Marvel movie to watch every week. Now, I know it's just 20 minutes, and Kevin Feige, I heard him say that the episodes get longer as the show carries on. But first of all, 100% agree. They should have. I think they should have released the first three episodes. Really, could you imagine this, bro? Could you imagine if they just released that first episode, then you have to wait a whole week, and you have to see episode two, and then you wait another week, and you wait, and those three episodes don't really give you much, especially episode one and two. They
Mm.
give you a little bit, but they don't give you much. You're kind of like, what is this? So I kind of get it where people not hating, but just saying, what is this? It's not getting me. So as a Marvel invested fan in these characters and this whole universe and whatnot, I am gonna sit there and watch it every week and not just enjoy it, but I enjoy it, but I also can see like, oh wow, okay, this makes sense why people are getting a little bit iffy about it. If I was not a Marvel fan, bro, if I was not a Marvel fan, and you like, check out Disney Plus, they got these Marvel shows coming on, check out WandaVision, bro. After episode one, I probably would have said, what the fuck am I watching, bro?
Yeah.
So I do think either they should have released the first three, or just made it one long episode, right, and
Mm.
get to that end. Because once you got to that end, you're like, oh shit. Like the moment she spoke about her brother, I was like, yes, now we're in, bro. Because and then the woman was like, oh, he died from Ultron, and you're like, oh shit, now this is getting moist. So yeah, I mean, look, next week's one, I think now people are going to be way more invested,
Yeah,
and hopefully things will kick off and whatnot. But yeah, I really think they should have released the first 3 episodes. I could imagine, man, watching episode 1 and be like, what the fuck is that? And you wait for episode 2, like, what the fuck is that? Like, what am I waiting 2 weeks for? You gave me that. Like, I
yeah,
want something. So yeah, we're gonna get into it now. Bro, I loved it. I got so by the end of it, I was so moist. I was like, oh my god, we're getting into shit and trying to figure out what the hell is going
exactly,
on.
exactly.
She
I
mentioned her
I
brother.
I think that's the kickoff point, and you know that part where uh Vision is like something wrong, and he stares in the camera.
Mm,
So I'm interested to see where they go with it. We know where in her mind they've contained her for some reason, and I feel like they contain her because she was going mad because of the loss of Vision, loss of her brother, with all the madness that's happened. So she's still suffering some sort of mad pain at the moment. So I think she went nuts, and they've contained her. You know?
well, this is what I was trying to look at. You know the end scene when the lady got thrown out the it looks like a portal or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And that looks like Wandavision's portal, like it's her mind. Just
Mm.
say that looks like her brain, right? I'm trying to see, is that the Avengers headquarters? Because I'm trying to make my own conclusion. Like maybe they're in the Avengers headquarters. She's having bad nightmares or whatnot about what's
Mm.
going on. You know, I mean, she's suffering PTSD. She's still a kid, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right.
And the loss of everyone, her brother, Vision, and whatnot. And maybe in her dreams, she created this reality and whatnot. And you know, this is what I'm thinking. So I wonder. I was looking at the last scene, and I was like, oh, is that the Avengers headquarters? Is she trapped there or
Yeah,
whatnot?
I
Obviously,
rewind it a couple of times just to double check to see where it was. But next week's show is gonna be a eye opener. It's gonna you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna avoid watching any trailers because they keep tagging me in Twitter saying, "Oh, the new episode," and they show some of that episode, and I'm like, you know what?
I don't want to see that
I
too.
need to stay away from a few things. I know it's exciting and it's stuff to geek out about, but I feel like I need to restrict myself just a little bit.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't want to see those things either. Just give me the show. Like it's a weekly thing. I don't want to see any pictures or anything from it. Um, but yeah, man, look, I think now it's gonna get into it. Again, it is what it is, right? 3 weeks have gone past, 2 weeks have gone past. We've seen 3 episodes. We just now are getting more intrigued into it. So no point saying they should have done this, they should have done that. If you
Exactly.
are a fan, you should have watched it. If you are a fan, you're invested. If you're not a fan, maybe it might not have captured you. But yeah, bro, I can't wait. I can't wait to see more. So interested in what they can do with the multiverse.
Yeah.
So interested to see, I don't know, I just want to see like if Strange will be represented in there, if Magneto, if they say anything about mutants. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just interested now. I'm so invested and I can't wait. Um, she was the death. What can you say? She was the death of all mutants in the comics, the House of M sort of thing.
Yeah, because
Um,
I mean, she's a powerful, powerful mutant, man. She's like past Omega level. You know what I mean? She's like she kills everybody, but
yeah. So
reality,
will
she's
they?
anti-reality.
Yeah, so will they use that to bring the mutants into the MCU to do the opposite of what the comics did? I don't know. I saw a funny meme though
Mm.
with her and Quicksilver. It was like she can whatever you just said, Omega level, bend reality, control this, fly, da 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 da. Him runs fast, and he's like, oh, basic. Like he got the basic end of the genes, basically the mutant
I know,
genes.
I know, I know, I
Um,
know.
but yeah, let's see. But I'm fully invested, man. Like I said, I can understand why people might be like, what the hell? Why did you waste 2 3 weeks on this shit? But as a fan, I'm so invested and I'm excited. My Fridays are awesome, bro. I wake up early. Obviously, I do my work, I do my shift, and when it's all done, I'm like, Ash, bro, let's get ready and do this. But we kind of watch it in the evening anyway, because it's a nice vibe to watch it in the evening.
Yeah, yeah.
It does feel like a new Marvel movie has come out. This is what I love about it. It gives me that feeling that I used to get when a new Marvel movie will come out, and I have that feeling all day. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait to watch a new episode. I can't wait. You know what I mean? So, it's exciting, man. I love Fridays. I love Fridays, man. Just because of that.
No,
Um,
it's good. It's good. It's good. Uh, Yeah, so episode. So guys, we're supposed to say spoilers, man. We spoiling the WandaVisions. But guys, if you ain't watched it, go watch it, man. It's weird because I got a text from my manager from work this morning, and listen to this. Yeah, he's on his. Hold up, let me just read it to you. Shout outs to Jeremy because he has joined in on the Marvel adventure. So he goes, Jeremy, he's my boss at work. So my Marvel journey is at the end, Kibbs, and I'm gutted. Infinity War was incredible. Endgame was brilliant too. Infinity War is one of the best films I've seen in so long. So many huge moments, and I love how the film moved through all the previous film characters and settings. I've got so much to say about these films. I'm so pleased I watched all of them. Although I haven't still seen Spider-Man Far From Home, but I assume it's an independent story that's not related to Thanos. But instead of Spider-Man tonight, I maybe watched Infinity War again. So this is my boss uh, getting into the Marvel world. He started his journey. I think it was just after I got the job, and he's a big Star Wars fan. He's a fan of Spurs. He's a fan of Spurs as well. But bless him, man, joining in on the Marvel fun because
Awesome.
Infinity War is an awesome movie, bro.
It is. I mean,
It's such an awesome
bro, I can, that trailer for me was my favorite trailer of the whole MCU, I think. When Thanos appears, and what a great trailer. I mean, the film was absolutely amazing. I think a lot of people liked Infinity War too because there was action from the start.
movie.
A lot of people had a little, not the same reaction to Endgame because there's a lot of storytelling in that one and a lot of, stuff behind it and how they've reacted in the last 5 years and get to where they are. But no, that's awesome. You know what? Funny enough, my boss from my old job, remember the company I used to work for in Watford?
Yeah,
He messaged me, commenting on my WandaVision thing. And he's like, "Gee, what do you think? Like, I'm so invested and interested, but I just don't know." And then we started talking about it. I was like, "Man, like, everyone's loving this Marvel universe, man. I didn't even know he was into comic books. I don't even know if he is into comic books, but maybe the movie got him into it and whatnot."
yeah,
So that's interesting. And I ain't spoke to him in years. So I was like, bro, when this pandemic has calmed down, let's meet up, man. Let's do an old DLG reunion in Watford with all the boys and whoever. And I was just like, damn, like this WandaVision, this Marvel universe has reconnected people in a
it has,
different
it
level.
has, it has.
It's
I had
beautiful, bro.
another guy from work who watched or listened to our podcast about Cobra Kai season 3, and he dropped me a message saying, "Kibbs, man, I'm a big Karate Kid fan. It was good to hear you and your brother geek out." And then when he said it in the chat, it was like the Brothers Geek Out podcast. It was like, look, we don't have a massive following on that, and to have a few good avid people point it out and see our faces and be like, "Oh, that's Kibla. I want to see this." It's quite it's rewarding now. It's starting to get to that point where it's rewarding now, and I can't wait to share our episodes with guests because there are inspiring stories. There's funny moments. There's it's a next level of our podcast. It is the next level of sharing this with the world. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, G man.
I enjoyed them.
We've got
I
a
enjoyed them very much.
busy week this week for ourselves. We've got a few more guests coming on, guys. Make sure you check them out. They come out on a monthly basis. The next episode is with Dax, uh, and that will come out next week. But other than that, bro, I'm not sure. Was there anything else?
I think that's it for my side, man. I can't think of anything else that happened this week. But yeah, listen, I enjoyed the passion series that we got coming out with our guests. I do enjoy talking to them, and I love learning about other people's hustles and to get to where they are today, and what they're passionate about. So that's awesome. I do love that. I do love inspiring. When I say inspiring stories, their hustle or what they got them into it, I find inspiring or take some kind of inspiration from it anyway. Um, but yeah, bro. Other than that, I don't think that's it. I mean, I think it's great that we weekly on a weekly basis from now on we're gonna have something to talk about. So that's at least WandaVision and whatnot. For now. When the Kong trailer comes out, let's check it out. Let's
We'll
check it
do
out
a
together.
live
Maybe
video and we can watch it that way and go from there.
yeah. Let's try and do that. That'll be awesome. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if there's anything else.
No, I think that's it, man, from our side. So, guys, massive thank you for everybody on the support on the channel. I did loads of shout outs today, and I absolutely love the fact that I could do that because the feedback I get from you guys is absolutely awesome and it's crucial as well. So, as I said, guys, I'm going to let it grow a little bit more. So, I'm going to wait for people to do more comments in the comment section. Smash that subscribe button if you're new to the channel and you like what you see. Uh, it's a small channel, it's growing, and it's had some pit stops along the way. But with the guys that have stayed around, thank you so much. That means the world. And now that we've escalated ourselves to jump into the world of Spotify and iTunes podcast, that widens the reach a bit more because sometimes people can't sit down for an hour and a half to watch a video, but while they're cleaning their house, to have it playing in the background or listen to it on their headphones is another way for us to share our platform as well. So another word of advice from our side, which will be helpful, was if you know people that will like our content, share it with them, man. Share it with them. Tell them I've got these two brothers. They geek out. They talk about the things you love, and I think you'll enjoy the show. And it plays a massive difference. So yeah, massive thank you on that. So guys,
Yeah.
have a wonderful week, G-man. I'll probably catch you later on. If not, be during the week. But yeah, have
Cool,
a good
man.
one, guys.
Awesome. Hey, I did want to give a quick shout out to my little Punisher sitting in Singapore. Punisher, my code name for my girl. She's watching our podcast and she did spot out a couple of some of the old ones. The audios hasn't been working, so at least that kind of give us a good feedback on make sure we need to check
Yeah,
on the new ones to make sure they're cool. But shout outs to my little Punisher sitting over there and listening to our podcast. But yes, awesome. I'm glad people are listening and enjoying, and you know, one or two people do, whoever, it doesn't matter how, if there's millions or just one or two people are listening and kind of appreciating what we do. And I love it, bro. I love it. Let's just keep doing it. I
yeah.
want to
As
be
always, as always, as
I want to be
always. All
20 years from now and be like, Brothers Greek Out podcast number 6022.
right. I love it.
Um,
That's,
freaking
that's a
Marvel
big
versus
deal.
DC is finally happening. The movies come out. Henry Cavill's 70 years old, but he's gonna play Super. Some shit like that's gonna happen. Let's figure it out, bro.
Nah, definitely. All right, cool. I'll catch you up later on, bro. Have a good one.
Peace.
One love, guys. Peace.